Good morning. Okay, so we can go into today's lesson.
Yeah, it's another beautiful, powerful prayer and guidance to help us. Lesson 347. Anger must come from judgment. Judgment is the weapon I would use against myself to keep the miracle away from me. So he's already telling us here in the title what stops happiness. So this is very, very good to know. I have to pay attention here. Father, I want what goes against my will, and do not want what is my will to have. Straighten my mind, my Father. It is sick. But you have offered freedom, and I choose to claim your gift today. And so I give all judgment to the one you gave to me to judge for me. He sees what I behold, and yet he knows the truth. He looks on pain, and yet he understands it is not real. And in his understanding it is healed. He gives the miracles my dreams would hide from my awareness. Let him judge today. Let him judge today. I do not know my will, but he is sure it is your own. And he will speak for me and call your miracles to come to me. Listen today. Be very still and hear the gentle voice for God, assuring you that he has judged you as the son he loves. So we can listen today, we can listen now. We can be very still so that we may hear the gentle voice assuring us that God has judged us as the son he loves.
And fully allow this prayer. Straighten my mind, my Father. It is sick, but you have offered me freedom, and I choose to claim your gift today. So I give all judgment to the one that you gave to judge for me. I give all my judgment to the one the Spirit of Christ. He sees what I behold, and yet he knows the truth. We want to lay down the weapon of judgment. This is very freeing. We give it to the one who knows, to the one who is everything. And we can allow this gratitude Spirit, to God, for all the love. Is reigning over us, through us. For the healing of our mind, for the release of this world, this illusion, this painful dream. This, the first line in this lesson states, Father, I want what goes against my will, and do not want what is my will to have. What a strange mind. What a strange thing. This is an old recognition in the consciousness of the separated mind. It's weird, plainly, or it's worse than weird. It is sick, like it says here. Even in the Bible, I think it was back when the man Jesus was on this planet. I don't know if it was John the Baptist or one of the apostles. He said, the evil that I don't want to do, I do, and the good that I want, I don't do. So this is like an age-old recognition in the separated mind, how sick it is. That's why the calling to wake up is so strong. And that's why we badly need spirit. We need the guide so much. Because we make decisions all the time. The mind makes decisions all the time. And we need to align with the right guide to make the right decision. The decision for freedom. We have no idea how to make decisions by ourselves. And in rules for decision, we are taught to say, I don't know. I don't know what to decide. I forgot what to decide. Spirit, decide for God for me. Let me make no decisions by myself. So he says that too, when resistance is strong and dedication weak, don't fight yourself. This is when I prayed more about Christian's question yesterday, or his prayer to release this resistance, he was also seeing this. He's doing what he doesn't want to do. He's following this resistance in the mind. So in the rules for decisions, he's saying that if you find resistance strong and dedication weak, don't fight yourself. You're not ready. Don't push yourself. Don't force yourself. It doesn't work. You're not ready. But there is a but. He says, but think about what kind of day you want. And tell yourself there is a way in which this very day can happen just like that. There's a way. So when we think of what kind of day we want, there is a way for that day to happen. A happy day, maybe even an exciting day, an adventurous experience, exciting, inspiring encounters, maybe, inspiring joining, heart opening, mind opening, or healing day. There is a way that this day can happen just like that. And that is by aligning, it's by saying, I don't want to make any decision by myself. So the mind makes decisions continually, all the time. And so to have this healing day, this wonderful day, we need to align our mind and make no decision by ourselves. We need to join on each decision. And this is the crucial point, is who do we join with? What do we join with? Do we join with thoughts of ego or thoughts of spirit? So this is the key point. This is how we wake up. We choose very consciously to join with spirit in each decision. Because with the ego, we have tons of idle thoughts, wandering mind, mindless, thoughtless decisions, ego decisions. So to see those continual decisions is crucial. And then say, I want to make my decisions with the right guide, the right guy, with the Holy Spirit, with the right mind, with right-mindedness. Is to say, I don't want to make any decision by myself. This is it. This is the way out of suffering, of aloneness, pain, of the absurdity of this dream. And this will help us to go through any healing we need to go through. There is a lot of healing needed, a lot of allowance of emotions to come up. It was beautiful this morning when Karina and I took a walk suddenly start crying and have emotions come up around a family member and the relationship in her family. And it was so healing. So along with this decision-making guidelines will come this healing. It will come. We cannot force it or make it happen. It comes when the mind is ready for it to come up. Everything that is not healed will come up. So this was my message to Christian and to all of us. This reminder. This answer to this prayer of to release boredom, to release this resistance, this desire for separation. When we get into it, we won't have problems with following guidance. It will be this miraculous flow. But we need to say yes to the guidance, to the way of spirit for our own release, our own undoing of separateness. Say, I don't know what anything is for, but I trust. Trust and follow. So if anyone has anything on their heart this morning that you feel strongly to work on, welcome, Jonas.
Hello.
Hello there.
Yeah, I would just like to share a dream I had this night that I have a hard time understand. And it's, what is the things in a watch called that kind of cross each other to show what time it is? The shoulders.
Yeah, the center of the clock.
Yeah. So I was up in the sky, really high up. And there was this kind of these centers of a clock, but many of them, and they were really long, and they were going fast. And I was holding on to one just not to fall down. And they looked like cactus, like they were really thick and green. And I just had this feeling I really gotta hold on, because if I let go, then I'll just fall to the ground and die or something. And the funny thing in the dream was that it was Karen who was pushing them around, and I just asked her to stop. So I just thought it was a funny dream, and also a little bit of a nightmare, actually. Yeah. So
you wanted it to stop, this clock thing?
Yeah, I think it's about control, maybe. Like I want something stable where I can just be and feel safe. And right now, everything is always changing, and I feel like I need to figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems to be that you keep disappearing. I'm going to put you on a speaker mode so that I can see. Yeah, yeah, the fear, you know, it's like holding on to time, holding on to the world, and it's like a cactus. It has spikes. And the fear of letting go, it sounds like.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what's going to happen if I let go, if I trust? What if I let go of my idea of time? You know, because I think this is one of your roots. This is your core idol, is time, is how to use your time. This ego has grabbed it completely, this how you use your time. And it is so fear-based. It's around how much rest you need to stay alive. It's crazy. You know, we want to clean, to release that completely and ask, how can I stay alive? And it is only by releasing my idea of time. You have to release your own idea of time, of how to use time, what your time is for, even that it is your time, that you have some time, you know, even the counting of hours, how much sleep, how much work, how much rest. Oh no, this does not help you. You know, get rid of your clocks. Don't, you know, use it to be on time for your appointments, but that's it. Don't use it to count hours. You're so loved, and you're going to become so strong, healthy, happy, free. You're going to realize rest comes from this, from waking up, from the mind waking up, not from the body getting some sleep.
Thank you. That was very helpful.
Thank you. Okay, we have Raphael next. Good morning.
Hi.
Hi there.
I had something come up, and it's actually like comparison thoughts, because I feel like I've had comparison thoughts for a long time about like, for me, it seems that, you know, the ones I have that I can see are about like comparing like seemingly like persons that are like more awake or less awake. And yeah, I think I just want to get rid of that.
Yeah, very good. I think that's supported by the spirit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it comes from an inferiority or a belief in littleness. You have to fight and compare and be better than to feel better about yourself. That's how the ego does things. Just because there is so much self-hatred, there's so much self-doubt, or even, yeah, these dark feelings about who you are, you know. So the ego sees no way out other than comparing and making yourself better or worse, you know, but to kind of have some kind of scale with everything.
Yeah. Because I have them a lot, you know. it just seems like they're like very like pervasive or something. And I think I just kind of would like to know, like, yeah. I mean, I guess it's the same then with the rest, you know, just kind of like not, you know, allowing the thoughts to kind of just pass by or something. But yeah, I feel like there is like a strong kind of like, I want to push them away, you know, like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a fight, like recognizing they're not helpful and then wanting to push them away. But actually the miracle is gonna fix it. The miracle mindedness, extending, you know, choosing extending instead of projecting. Because Jesus says you don't free your mind by fighting against sin.
Yeah.
But his love, extending his love, swimming in his love, releasing those thoughts, you know, those add-ons in the mind. Even to watch the thinking, there's constant add-ons with thinking. Jesus says you don't want anything that you add in any situation. You don't want to add anything because that makes everything blurry. And so with the thinking, we need to see it first, how the train goes with the thinking, and we can release it. We can stop before it goes very far with judgment. That's mind training. And the mind constantly wants to judge by itself, so we need to let spirit judge instead.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Peter?
Hi, good morning. Yeah, it's like I have fear of sharing my secret mind. The secrets that are in there, and I feel they're trivial. And I remember it's like I know I'm just in my childhood, and Spain feels like, being here in the community in Spain feels like going to boarding school, and I'm hanging on till I can go home. And yet there's nowhere to go. And so I rang contact the dentist on Friday. He wasn't there. He was going to ring me yesterday, and instead they booked me a session for tonight. I told them I was in Spain, but anyway. And that sort of symbolized something about authority, and I don't know, and part of me wants to go. Okay, fuck it, I'll just fly back and stay with a friend overnight. And I can't do that. I'm not even registered anymore in the medical system there. So my mind is into that fantasy and trying to escape. And it's just like, yeah, I just feel a very dark place. And when you said about won't make any decisions by myself, I'm not fucking letting God help. I just couldn't even keep my mind still. At that moment, I thought, well, in time, it'll come. But
yeah, I see, thank you. I see England on the altar. The whole concept of you, of who you were, of home, the false home in this world.
yeah. Yeah, it feels true. I mean, when I went home, it was better, but it wasn't good. It wasn't my home when I was a child. I just feel I'm having to go through all that, and then I'm going like, well, if you're going to help me, why the fuck do I have to go into this hell again? It's like a torture. It's like fucking every day was a torture. It's like terrible deprivation.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. It's dark. But this is the flavor of your dream that you are releasing, Peter. This is why you're in community for awakening. Awaken to love. You know, that is the nature of, that's what you have chosen. That's the path you have chosen. With spirit, holding spirit's hand in this decision. So it is, and you still have something lingering. Is my connection bad?
That's good for me. Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
It's really good for me.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like you have this dream still in you, boarding school, being controlled, it's a bad, sad dream that you are so called and so invited to release. This belief, in the boarding school concept, in being controlled. So you're looking at it, it is still in your system. And you can, I just feel the spirit as some kind of light appearance, embracing you and it. You can relax, there is that embrace that will just make it disappear. It will just, you can trust. You're on the right track here. England, like England is not the answer. There is nothing in the past that you would want and that you would want to keep. It's okay to let it all go.
Yeah, I feel a bit like your battery, like running out of hope. It's how I lost hope, I would say. I just hung on in there each day, get up, dread it. There'd be some good moments, but mostly I was holding on.
Yeah. That was the past.
Yeah.
And this is the dream that you
but
are healing.
It feels I have to go through this again. It's what it feels like. It says this is what I've been avoiding. You're
just looking at what you have gone through. It's already gone through. You don't have to go through the stuff again. You're just looking at what you have gone through. It's over. It's not happening again.
I know it's in my mind. I do know that. But I can feel such a resistance. talking about, you're talking about resistance with Christian. Yeah, and I can feel the part of me says, okay, I can deal this. I can deal this. I'll sort this out. And I know that's not it either. So, but yeah, okay, I got it.
Love you, Peter. You're awesome. You're so loved. We are on an awesome journey together, and it will get easier very soon. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for bringing that up and sharing. Anybody else?
I just hear this metaphor for Peter. Like if you're walking through a swamp, you might need those big like hip waiter boots, the really tall ones. It's really hard to walk because it's so deep and so mucky. But at some point, you get out of the swamp. The swamp is not infinite, The best advice is to keep at it.
That's all I can do. There isn't anything else. I just, it's okay. Thank you. It's just, I can feel the loop. It's just once I can't do this, it's never going to end. I can feel all that shit just whirling around.
Yeah, but that's what the past is like. It has some kind of weird grip, but you're releasing it, so putting it on the altar. So just keep going and keep following the steps, step by step every day.
Yeah. Mustn't complain. Just get on with it. It can give you the whole.
Yeah, but that's the ego's interpretation.
Yeah.
That's the filter that you don't need.
Yeah.
You just get on with it. No, it's not it, It's the release of the past. It's the putting it on the altar, or this whole chunk.
Yeah. That's, okay. It's such a fine line sharing. It's like, such a fine line between being a nuisance and unworthy and just needing to expose something and not get caught in it. It's just.
Yeah. And that's it. That's okay to do that. To release something, to expose something and not get caught in it. That's a good description of it.
Yeah, it's very different than a stiff upper lip.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I had it every which way I looked. Fuck, it was awful.
The spontaneity of Spain is revealing.
Yeah, the cat, everything, Spain, yeah. Bob's spontaneous madness. Beautiful in a way, but yeah.
Sweet.
Sorry, that was from the film. What about Bob?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Okay, Åsa, you had some sharing? Thanks, Peter.
Yeah, thank you, Peter. I started crying when you shared there. I have no idea why, but it just came. So very something, yeah. And I wanted to say wow for this morning. Wow. the lesson and what you shared and how it felt for me. And I felt like, oh, once you said it all, and you went quiet, I just wanted to go, can you say that again, please? Can we hear it again? But I can hear it again, thanks to YouTube later on. So, but what I wanted to share today was two things. One was that I had a memory coming up from when I was before in my life that I'm very ashamed of. And I'm just going to say it, but I don't want to talk about it really. And it was that I took things. I used to steal things because I didn't think I had enough, or I thought the rich stores had too much, or I had my own twisted idea about how to get things. And it was a long time ago now. And I don't think I've said it to so many people ever, or I don't know, but I'm ashamed of it. And I can see where it's coming from, of course, but nevertheless, so there it is.
Thanks for letting that out. Thanks for exposing that. Yeah.
And I had no idea I was going to cry even. I thought I was just going to feel ashamed, but there is this too.
Yeah, good. This is how release looks, you know. And
thank you. And I saw my daughter doing it also, and I could meet it totally different, you know, when I heard it and saw it in her, not to judge her, but to feel into it and ask her things and guide her in a different way, not just, you know, bring on the laws on her or fear, but to actually have her investigate what it is that she thinks she needs to do this for, and blah, blah, blah. So I've used the experience in a good way.
oh, that's beautiful. That's so beautiful.
Thank you.
This is how the healing is. We get to work on our themes, you know, with the ones around us.
I haven't asked, but I haven't asked for forgiveness.
You are forgiven. Yeah. And it's, yeah, this is it, you know, exposing the dream, exposing the crazy sad dream is the release of it.
Yeah. And exactly what was said before here today about this, oh no, not another shitty day here. What am I going to do with this meaninglessness? Oh, I know. I can go shoplifting. That's at least something fun and exciting. Because it was part of a whole very destructive. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good example of, you know, ego versus spirit. The lack.
Yeah.
Shoplifting, I think, comes from a belief in lack.
Exactly.
Yeah. And yeah, you don't need that. You don't need the belief in lack. And you definitely don't need the things you take or took, you know. It's so, yeah, thanks so much for exposing that guilt.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel very good tingling in my body now. I wanted to say one more thing that I saw yesterday, because I feel so amazing all the time, and I feel so in the moment. And yeah, I told you all this before, and I feel happy. I wake up, oh, thank you, another day. Oh, thank you. And then I saw myself yesterday when my daughter came home. She wasn't, I mean, we have this amazing relationship most of the time, so much love and gratitude and fun and yeah, everything. And of course, you know, there was times anyway yesterday when she was not feeling so great. And then I can sense myself losing my power, losing my yeah, I go into something. And I really want to put it out there. It's a very old habit of mine, but before I used to do so much more when I had a person close to me who wasn't feeling great. I mean, it used to affect me so much. And I used to go there and fix and talk. I used to do so many things, you know, because I couldn't stay in my own power, in my own happiness. But it happened yesterday with her. And I felt this, I don't like it. I don't want it. What am I doing?
Yeah, and it happens. It happens because.
Yeah. What do I want from that? You know, what is it? Is it I feel dependent, or I what is it? It's not good. I don't know what it is that I'm doing.
It is dependency on specialness.
Yes.
And it is also, and that is there because there is still guilt in your mind. Still guilt in the mind. And that's why. And so this whole path is about making the unconscious mind conscious. So those times when you notice you lost it, you lost the peace, you know, it's an invitation to look at the unconscious mind that involves specialness and guilt.
Yes, it is a specialness, because now I could see that, oh no, I want her to pick me. I want the attention, and then do you want to do something? Do you want to join with this? It's something like that.
Oh, it's good to see.
Yeah, it's fantastic to see. It's so great to see, because then I'm not in it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. This line from the movie Revolver, it helps me every day. When he speaks.
Which line is it? Is it wherever you don't want to look, that's where you will find him?
Yeah, that, and a couple of lines actually. And it's also, I can't say it now, but it's about how addicted we are, all of us, to want love, attention, and appreciation from the world. We think we need it all the time. You know, it's so ingrained we don't even see it. It's we're after it constantly.
Yeah. The addiction.
Yeah.
To the dream. Yeah. It's powerful to be with that message, to become more and more aware of when it's happening.
Thank you all.
Thank you so much.
Any other sharings this morning? Anne?
Yeah, I just really need to practice trying to express my gratitude for what's happening. And there is like holding back with that. But this whole meeting, everything that's been said by everybody, it's like, oh, all aspects of Anne's mind here. Yeah, just feel it. And even, you know, like looking, when Jenny came on, looking at the room, it's like, oh, that's stunning. I don't know why, because there wasn't that much on view, but it was like, I could really feel it. And yeah, I just want to place on the altar as well this, what is coming up for me now is this tiredness that wants to get in the way of the joy. It's, yeah. And I can feel it. It's like, oh, there it is. So I just want to place that on the altar. And yeah, thank you, everybody. It's just been an incredible, incredible meeting. And that's all. Thank you.
Love you all.
Yeah. Love you all. Bye. Bye.